Capricorn, hello, and welcome to your reading. So, first, before we get started, I apologize if you hear the fan in the background at all, making any kind of whooshing sound against the mic. I um I don't have the air conditioning in the window yet because it's been relatively cold, kind of cool and rainy for a good chunk of the week, and it hasn't really been this hot yet up where I'm at. So, I have the fan going because, yeah, I just don't have the air conditioning in the window yet, and I'm just trying to stay cool and keep my cats cool as well. But yeah, so I just apologize for any sound interference. But let's go ahead and get into your reading and see what Spirit has to say. And there's my cat. That's Kyrie. Hello, Kyrie. Hi. uh, you may not have seen her a lot there. She just gave me a hug. All right, let's go ahead. See what Spirit has to say. Hmm. I'm just trying to tap into your energy, Capricorn. Hmm. Okay, we've got Seven of Swords here, and I felt drawn to look at the bottom of the deck with the High Priestess, or High Priest, not Priestess, and also Six of Swords wanted to come out. We've got some forward movement happening here. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. I definitely am not surprised the Two of Pentacles came out, because as I was tapping into your energy, I was feeling like, and also Eight of Pentacles, I was feeling like your energy is very focused at this time and you're trying to balance so many things. I do feel like with the Seven of Swords now that I'm really sitting here with your energy, Capricorn, I feel like the Seven of Swords is your energy being taken away. Not necessarily that you're not using your energy to be like moving, but I mean it as like energy for yourself. You're putting energy in so many things right now, into so many tasks, maybe even people. I just feel like there's a lot on your plate. There's a lot going on. Maybe there's a lot going on with your job. Yeah, but we're so focused right now, trying to keep our head clear, trying to keep our emotions at bay, our communication. Maybe you're like trying to be careful with your words. That's kind of something that's coming through. With the High Priest here, if you are somebody who is religious or spiritual and you're like reaching out to whoever it is that you work with, whoever it is that you worship, um, there's absolutely no judgment here on my channel as to who you worship. Everybody is welcome here, okay? Now, I kind of see you as somebody, and if this doesn't resonate with you, if you're somebody who's like, I don't work with anybody, I don't do any kind of religious or spiritual practice, that's perfectly fine, okay? But this is a collective reading, so I feel like there are people here who are really reaching out to a higher being and just really praying for some kind of relief, some kind of downtime. But I don't see this like harming you in any way. I do see Ten of Cups here coming out. I feel like this is just like a temporary thing. This is a temporary situation. And you're going to have more time on your hands to really enjoy life in the way that, excuse me, in the way that you really, really want. Like, if you haven't been spending a lot of time with your partner, for example, whether you're married or you're just dating, doesn't matter. I see that coming in for you. I see more play coming in for you. Um, More time with your kids, more time with your pets. And with the Magician card here, I really do see you being able to manage all of this and then be able to have that rest time. I see this manifestation of like needing this rest, and that's coming in. That's a reward for you after everything that you've been through. And I do see an ending to this um part of what you're going through, the struggle that you're going through. I see that coming to a completion, it's coming to an end of a cycle. And again, you're really going to be able to enjoy the life around you. Maybe even like, for example, I I'm not super close to it. It's a little bit of a drive, but there's this one like bird sanctuary that I've been to before with my husband and some of our friends. And I just kind of like pictured that being something that you go to where it's like with your family or your friends, kind of like a group gathering. And if it's not a group gathering, if that doesn't resonate with you and you just want to go by yourself, that's perfectly okay. But like, I see something like that where you're able to enjoy like time on your own or as a group and being able to like really enjoy the nature around you. Okay. Let's go ahead into the oracle cards and see what else Spirit has to say. Yes. All right. Oh, there's two more tarot cards. I apologize. Oh no, three. I apologize. They fell out and I didn't notice. Okay, let's touch into this. Yeah, still movement forward with the Eight of Cups here. Um, towards, oh, I was gonna say towards your dreams, and it was just kind of like, that's usually how I say that card, your dreams, your wishes. I feel like this is moving towards rest. Like when I was about to say dreams, I mean like literal dreams, like literal sleeping and dreaming. Yeah, that is like a very calming card right now in your reading. And then here's the group gathering with the Three of Cups that we were just talking about, having connections. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, it's just slow and steady movement forward. So like this period may not end right away, and I know that's not necessarily what you want to hear, but it's just slow and steady movement forward, trying to balance things out the best that you can. Do what you can, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't even have to like it the entire time. Um, but like it's moving. This time is still moving, and you're going to be able to really still complete this part of your life, okay? And then with the bridge here, I was going to talk about more communication, more connecting. So we have that going along with your Three of Cups. Overcoming barriers, I kind of feel like this is more of like overcoming challenges. You're facing a challenge right now. Forming harmony and compromise, that could also be part of your Two of Pentacles balance, forming more harmony in your life, having more time to share with others. And then I do see here having more time for love. Okay. And this can be love romantically. This can also just be love for your family, for your friends, but most importantly for yourself. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a few more here. This one definitely wanted to come out. This one, and this one. This one. This one. Okay, we got quite a few here. All right. This is a very, like, at least for the back of the cards, very earthy kind of deck. And so Capricorn with you guys being an earth sign. That's kind of what I feel um, is connected and why maybe so many came out. So we have permission. I'm not surprised this came out. I feel like, when we're talking about talking to a higher being and praying and stuff like that, that it's like you're asking for permission to, like, please just allow me to rest. Please just allow me to rest. I kind of wonder if this period right now, I kind of feel, yeah, okay. This period right now is a time for some reflection to really take in lessons. Maybe like really asking yourself, what is the lesson here? What is the lesson in all of this? Yeah. We have relief when this is all over. We have rest, relief and rest. We have keeper of the harvest. So this definitely makes me think of like you've already, you working so hard, but it's like you're still keeping everything together. Maybe this is a period of your life where things are like going pretty well for you. At the same time, maybe it's also stressful. Um, because maybe there are some obligations that are, again, taking you away from like the time that you want to really have with other people and for yourself. Um, but still, I feel like if you take a moment to really look around you, I feel like you're going to realize just how much of like a harvest that you have. You've got, your table is full with so many like with so many like goodies. Like if you're setting a dinner table, like your table is full with friends, with family, with good food. Yeah. We have discretion. Discretion maybe like really focusing, you know, each day, like what deserves my energy the most today. So then we don't overdo it for one day. We also have keeper of dreams. This is going back to dreaming, sleep. We have expectations. Maybe part of the lesson I'm getting, part of the lesson is really reflecting on what do you expect about yourself? And are those expectations reasonable for you and your own energy? Are those expectations too much? Reflection with reciprocity here. Really basically looking at yourself in the mirror and asking these questions. We have prepare here with this squirrel. I think it is. I think it's a squirrel. And there's nuts here, and I'm kind of just thinking of like this really busy squirrel gathering all the nuts, preparing for winter. That makes me think like it's you. That's you. That's your energy. Maybe some of you are actually like preparing for something. But I'm kind of wondering if you need to do reflection on that and ask yourself, is that preparation that you have learned? Is that a situation that's still existent in your life? I hope that makes sense. Kind of like, let's just say, for example, growing up as a kid, There was always like a certain time of year that maybe was like a little harder for your parents, and you really like picked up on that energy. That was something that you were just used to. And so you carried that with you when as an adult, when you're out on your own, you have your own family. So are you, but like, yeah, so like, are you still in that energy when you don't necessarily need to be? So that's just an example that came to mind that I just wanted to say, but like, just take that as it resonates for you. If you feel like this is something that you need to question and really reflect on, whatever that situation is, whatever it is that you're preparing for, do you really need to prepare for it? That's a lot. Wow, Capricorn. Okay. Spirit has a lot of reflection for you guys. Permission, expectations, preparation. That's a lot. All right, let's go ahead and end this reading on an affirmation. And I like this one, the one on the top wants to come out. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. All right. So that is all Spirit has for you guys today. Thank you so much for coming by and listening to this reading. If you liked it, you can go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. In the description, there's also links to my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you want to follow me on those platforms as well, it's greatly appreciated. But I'm sending you guys so much love, healing, and blessings your way. I'm really wishing you all the best. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.